And we're live again. Oh my God. When does he stop? Well, here's what's happening. Hello, everybody, and thank you again for a wonderful show. I had a great time celebrating Pippin all month. Uh, it was weird how it developed. I just thought it was going to be one time, and but then, I got through the first week and it sucked. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was just like there were a lot of things I didn't remember as crisply as I thought. Certainly not live, and but I decided it was so good enough that we should do it again. And the second one was really good, but here's the deal: it was so good that it was this close to being really fun, and that meant we should really do it a third time. And when we did, it was fun. But here's what happened: there weren't any backgrounds, there weren't any costumes, there weren't any. So I wanted to add all of that and a little bit of the trivia that you heard today. There's a lot more. Um, and I'm not unhappy with this for a deep dive. And for that reason, I think I want to do it again. And next month, when we go back to Mondays from 6 to 8, I want to do a chorus line. And it would be nice not to have to sing the entire score, but I can. And you know I can because you just saw me do it. So I can, but I don't want to. So I've reached out to a number of you, uh, and some of you I have offered to beg and beg publicly. And I will do that, not just on Zoom or Facebook, but I am willing to go to any public venue of your choosing to beg you if I have already contacted you and told you that I would beg you, because I'm not above begging, right? I'm just not. Sometimes well, I am when I was homeless. I would never beg. People told me I should, but I did not. I would much rather try to. I sang a lot, but how could you tell? So, but I never begged. But I will beg up for this because it's for art. It's for art. And it's so much fun. And the chorus line is a lot of fun. It really is, and there's so much great material in it. It's the Ed Kleben is a hero of mine. He is the lyricist, uh, and how he approached it was just having interviews with dancers in his living room, and they would just talk forever. And Ed just carefully listened and incorporated those stories into a beautiful, beautiful show. I had the very good fortune of spending 3 weeks in a funeral home in Tuttle, Oklahoma, during a summer of 115-degree heat every day, with Bjork Lee, uh, the original Connie in A Chorus Line. And Bjork was directing a show that my writing partner, Mark York, and I were writing at the time called Rest in Peace. And it was a show about Mark's mother, who was a preacher's wife and who became widowed and had to get a job and went to the funeral parlor in town and was turned down from being too old. And she just sings a song I wrote and tells them that and gets the job because that's the kind of song I write, which you'll hear. But the point is, there we were writing it, and Bioic is we're doing rewrites, and Bioic is staging it each night. And then we'd come home and we'd like write all night, and then the next day she'd go and put it on the stage, and we could see what worked and what didn't. And it was a lot of fun, and it was weird, and but you've never truly lived until you've lived in a funeral home with Bioic Lee. Uh, and sometimes we'd go and try coffins on to see if we looked good in them. And don't tell anybody I did that, but it's true. And you have to imagine what Tuttle, Oklahoma was like. It had two things. It had a funeral home, and it had a gas station. It had those two things. And there's me, Queen of the Universe from Greenwich Village, because when I married my first husband, he was a Wall Street banker, and I lived in the village, a townhouse in the village, for like a decade, and so that's me. And during my gaydom, I have been every one of the village people. And here's Bioic, who's about this tall, and she's Chinese, and she's from that big city, and the two of us are running around in Tuttle, Oklahoma, in a funeral home, trying not to be killed by the locals, because I was always afraid when I was always afraid. And Texas too. Texas frightened me. We had to go to Texas later to do another show called, which we wrote called, what do we call it? It was about the town that hated Christmas. What was that called? Oh, Toy Story. No, not Toy Story. That's not right. Toy Shop. Toy Story is something else. Don't sue me. It's called Toy Shop. That's another story. But we have time until Larry Davis shows up, and I'll sing another thing. Anyway, I'm going to try to talk Bjork into seeing if she can't do a little video saying hi or blah 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 or whatever she wants to share about the production. I haven't really asked her yet, and I said in the not newsletter that I had, but I haven't. That's a total future forecasting is what that is. That's what we call it. I am manifesting that by telling the universe that it's going to happen, and my body will act as though it did, and it will create that reality. And you will be able to cite this video when that happens, that I have, as many of you probably already know, magical powers. No, it's true. As long as we're here, I did get a chance to celebrate Mr. Stephen Sondheim's birthday this past week, and I dedicated an entire Sondheim show to my friend Nusha, because it was also our friend-iversary, or according to Facebook, anyway. And no, you don't have to apply for that. Here's what I'd like to try to do, though. No, thank you. I have and we'll try to kill a little time. Stop it, you. I have a friend by the name of Ann Hampton Calloway, but also Liz Calloway is a very good friend of mine, and we've been working on this song together. And I'm going to do a share screen, because I just want to show you this rehearsal that we had. And speaking of Stephen Sondheim, and she always messes it up. That's the thing, because Sondheim is difficult. That's the thing. Sondheim is really, and some of his songs are just impossible. And you have to rehearse them for weeks and weeks and weeks. Simple things like not simple things. That doesn't make any sense, Trip. I know. So here I am, and let's see. We're gonna do share screen as soon as we get back to the Zoom meeting. There we go, and then we'll do a share screen. Let's see. It's here somewhere. Okay, there it is. Share screen. There we go. And that's going to take us here. And I want to select this one. Like, no. And then I'm going to say, okay. And there, like that. And then, like that. And then it's going to be here. And share. That should do it. I hope. Come on. Do it. Do your magic. Okay. And that's here. Okay. And okay. Well. Okay. Here we go. Go. I'm like a void in space. And
another 100 people just got off
the train and came up to the ground, and
another 100 people just got off of
the bus and are looking around, and another 100 people just got off of the. Can we please start again? Sorry. All right, we did it before.
We'll do it before. We'll do it again.
That's right. We will, Ann. Yeah. Liz, I'm sorry. I always make them up. They get mad at me. Let's try this again. And another 100 lyrics just flew out of. Oh.
Another 100 people
just got off of the train and came up to the ground. And another 100 people just got off of the bus and are looking around. And another 100 people who just got.
Thank you for the blackout. I should know that, right?
This is going very well.
All right.
I would just like to say that
if this ends up on YouTube,
I will find you.
Okay?
Okay, I will. I will absolutely find you. You can count on it. I'm just hoping original sound from musicians is on. I'm going to have to check. Shoot, I hate doing that, but I have to. Because otherwise, this whole thing will be for naught. Okay, stop share. I just gotta check. Oh, it is on, okay. And another 100 licks just flew out of my brain. Dancing on stage with another 100 licks that I'll never recall. Cause on every damn page is another 100 licks that will drive me insane. Right in front of you all, cause the words are a pain. Not to mention the sprawl of the melody. But we're all singing Sondheim. Some songs are straight, some are quick. We're all singing Sondheim. And when the rhymes get this thick, it isn't fair. I need more air, but I'll try to follow the internal rhymes with infernal counts. Tricky meters and the picky in absurd amounts. And we lose our places when the rhythms change with a rhythmic bounce. Now I think I got it, cause this part's a breeze, but you never know. Will the tempo switch or will he change the key? Well, something had to go. Did you find my measure? Cause I looked in vain. Yet another modulation to increase the pain. Look, I'll run it by tomorrow if I don't go completely insane. And another 100 licks just flew out of my brain. But we're all singing Sondheim. That's right, we are. Some songs are sweet, some are strange. We're all singing Sondheim. This connection is terrible.
We're all singing Sondheim.
There's not one tune that's in my range. And every song is too damn long.
Well, there are
worse things than staring at the water on a Sunday. Worse things than staring at the water. Getting up at 7 to come over to an island in the middle. Of the river, half an hour from the city on a Sunday. But I'll try to follow the internal rhymes with infernal counts. With the tricky meters and the picky words in absurd amounts.
at a speed like this.
With some syllables that you can't pronounce. Pardon me as everybody here, because if everybody's here, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd appreciate you going even more.
To the wedding, I'd appreciate you going even more.
Well, not a word exists to Paul. Remember, Paul, the man I'm going to marry, but I wonder when anyone is wonderful.
Anyone is wonderful.
So thank you all for
But I thank you all
the gifts and the flowers. Thank you all. Now it's back to the showers. Don't tell Steve, but I think I got it, because it's hard to breathe, but you never know. With a tempo switch or really change the key, well, something had to go. Did you find my magic? Because I looked in vain. Yet another modulation to increase the pain. We'll go in by tomorrow if I do not completely insane. And another 100 legs just flew out of my brain. And another 100 legs just flew out of my brain. And another 100 legs just flew out of my brain. And another 100 legs just flew out of my brain. 27 to the place, 37 for the next, 47 for the 77 pedal holders, and another 100 legs just flew out of my brain. Well, that would have been far more impressive if I didn't have this constant interruption. I just want to point out that I have been dealing with this particular connection problem for the past hour and 45 minutes, and I want to point out I have been unflappable. Unflappable. I'm not even flapping about it, because I've been unflappable, and when they write the review of this particular fabulous show, I want you to be sure to tell them I was unflappable. It's my favorite word. For now, it's my new favorite word. So we are back with me. What are we gonna do, Chip? We have another 14 minutes. We're on Larry Davis watch. I want to tell you that I got to meet today with Mr. Rick Hills for an accompaniment session, and after we did my theft, because there's a naughty thing that's coming up that I'm going to do the meadowlark at, and because I want to point out, you might not think of it as naughty, but here's what's happening in that song. She's trying to talk herself into leaving her husband and running away with the hot guy that just appeared in front of her. So that's naughty. You don't hear about it at first because, the meadowlark, but that's a metaphor. The meadowlark is a metaphor. And then we get to the point in the song where we come back to the present and she's, now I stand here, starry-eyed and stormy, just when I thought my heart was finally numb. A beautiful man appears before me. And it goes on like that. I'm not going to tell you the end because, that'd be naughty. So I'm not doing that tonight, even though it's Stephen Schwartz. But we got to do something with the next 13 minutes. And we're on Larry Davis watch. Larry Davis watch. I don't know. He might be here. So let's see. We go to, what are we going to do, Chip? Well, I don't know. I hadn't really thought this far. Well, then you weren't thinking ahead, were you? Okay, hold on. Let's go. We're not doing that again. I have a mix. It's coming up right now. Let's see, what are we doing? Oh, it's, well, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this. The problem is, what I find is the rope that I buy at the hardware store is just not strong enough sometimes. And that's why they get away. I think I'm going to have to change to, I don't know, handcuffs? I'm not sure. You'll see where this is going in 1 second. Mr. Larry Davis is not going to get away, though. That's what I'm saying. The night is bitter. The stars have lost their glitter. The wind is colder. Suddenly, you're older. All because of the man that got away. No more his eager calls, the writings on the wall, the plans that you planned have all gone astray. That bastard, the man that won you, has run off and undone you. That great beginning has seen a final ending. Don't know what happened. It's all a crazy game. No more that all-time thrill. You've been through the mill, and never I knew I will be the same. You dirty bastard. Good riddance. Goodbye. Every trick of his, ha, ha, ha. You're on to both fools will be fools. And where's he gone to? The road gets tougher, meaner, and rougher. With hope you burn up tomorrow, he might turn up There's just no let up. All the live on night and day. Ever since the world began, there is nothing sadder than a middle-aged show queen. That's right, I said middle-aged. Looking for the man that got away. The man that got away. You know, next time though, I'm gonna get handcuffs, not this rope or zip ties. He's not gonna get away then. Zip ties is the way to go, I think. He'll never see it coming. Speaking of things that you will never see coming, let's see, it would be great if I could find it right off the bat. How much time do we have before? We're officially on Larry Davis watch. You never know. He's, let's see, 8:50. Wait, we have 8 minutes. What am I going to do? All right, so hold on. We're just going to go in here. Oh, I'm going to sing along with this guy because this has a great introduction that I need to give to Mr. Rick Hill because a lot of people don't do it. This is great. I have to sing along with him until I get a track. But you're going to love it.
Once upon a time, before I took up smiling, I hated
the moonlight.
light. Shadows of the night that poets find beguiling seem flat as the moonlight. With no one to stay up for, I went to sleep at 10. Life was not good a cup for the saddest of all men. Blue, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there suddenly appeared before me the only one my arms will ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me.
Somebody adore me.
And when I looked to the moon, it turned to gold. Blue. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Well, you can't go wrong with Blue Moon. This has been a wonderful show. We've I had a lot of fun. This is the best time it went. You know, it's doing shows by yourself, good. It's pretty good, I would say. And so would you if you were being honest about it. It's been hard, you know. Time flies when you're big son, but you would think by now that would be over with. We'll see. I mean, they let murderers out of jail. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And and sometimes bank robbers. And all these January 6 people, you know, they seem to have been partying. So, you know, at a certain point, it's not about boundaries, it's about, you know, come on, it's ridiculous. Be the nicest of guys. And then suddenly appeared before me,
the only one my arms will ever know. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to
gold. Blue moon. Now I'm still alone, without a dream in my heart. But I got a show of my own. Me too, of my own. Well, we are down to the last 3 golden minutes of this spectacular evening of music that you didn't pay a penny for, and it was worth every penny you didn't. So, there you go. Let's take a look at what are we going to possibly, you would think I would know, but I don't. I have no idea. What are you going to end with, Trip? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? It could be the next thing to come up. I'm going to say, well, here's a little preview of a song that I really want. Him. I love the song, but I really, really, really want a particular somebody that I have already contacted to sing it. And I told this particular somebody that I was not above begging, as we discussed previously, and I'm not. So I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I am going to say, please, 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 because it would be so good. That's the thing. It would be so good. It's not for me. It's just I think this is the exact right song that this person could really, you know, knock it out of the park. I really do. Better. I'm not going to say better than me. I'm just going to say it would be so great. That you watch. I'm going to manifest it right now. I'm manifesting. Manifest. And we're going to go overtime too. That's even better. And then I'm going to cut off suddenly, and you'll never know. You'll have to applaud by yourself. I was so excited because I was going to go to the high school for performing arts. I mean, I was dying to be a serious actor. So anyway, it's the first day of acting class, and we're all in this auditorium, and the teacher, Mr. Clark, he puts us on stage with our legs around everybody, one in back of the other, and he says, okay, we're going to do improvisations. Now, you're on a bobsled, and it's snowing out, and it's cold. Okay, go. Every day for a week we would try to feel the motion down the hill. Every day for a week we would try to hear the wind rush, feel the chill. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see what I had inside. Yeah, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and I tried. And everybody's going, whoosh, whoosh, I feel the cold, I feel the wind. And Mr. Cop turns to me and he says, all right, Morales, what did you feel? And I said, nothing. Feeling nothing. And he said nothing could get a guy transferred. They all felt something. I felt nothing. Except the feeling that this bullshit was absurd. But I said to myself, hey, it's only the first week. Maybe it's genetic. I mean, they don't have bobsleds in San Juan. Second week, more advanced, we tried to be a table. Be a sports cart, ice cream cone. Mr. Carp, he would say, very good, except Morales. Try Morales all alone. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul to see how an ice cream felt. Yeah, I dug right down to the bottom of my soul and I tried to melt. And these kids yelled nothing. They called me nothing. And Carp allowed it, which really made me burn. Oh, they were so helpful. They called me hopeless until I really didn't know where else to turn. And Carp said, St. Morris, I think you want to transfer to Boys High. Oh, you'll never be an actor. Jesus Christ. Went to church, praying Santa Maria, send me guidance, send me guidance on my knees. Went to church, praying Santa Maria, help me feel it, help me feel it, pretty please. And a voice right down from the bottom of my soul came up to the top of my head. Yes, a voice right down from the bottom of my soul. Here is what it said. This man is nothing. This course is nothing. If you want something, go find a better class. And when you find one, you'll be an actor. And I assure you, that's what finally came to pass. It did too. 6 months later, I heard that Carp had died. And I dug right down to the bottom of my soul. And I cried. 'Cause I felt nothing. I will see you on the 7th.